Okay, here we are with our oceanography first lesson. I'm videotaping the PowerPoint so that you guys can get the information as you look at it. So you can watch it on my camera, you can pull up the PowerPoint in Google Classroom and watch it as I talk to you, whichever works out best for you. So oceanography is my favorite topic. It covers everything in the ocean, whether it's alive or not. Here's a little quick view just to show you there's a lot of things going on in the ocean, whether it's the weather, whether it's the chemicals, whether it's the heat and the cooling of the water, whether it's the currents, the tides, the animals. There's just so much going on there. So you can't have just one science. You have to divide it up. Now we're going to divide it into 4 parts for us. There's a lot more, but for us, at this point, let's just focus on 4. 1 is the geological stuff, the rocks, the dirt, the volcanoes, all of that, including the plates, the tectonic plates. There's also the chemical, which is the ocean water, say the ink of the octopus. I mean, just anything that has to do with elements and chemicals. The physical is how it moves, how things like currents and tides work, that kind of thing. Then you have biological. That is anything living. Plants, animals, big, small, it doesn't matter. Now just for fun, I'm going to show you this one too. Not only is there engineering, navigation, mathematics, there's also meteorology, which means they use the ocean to study the weather. Here's just some pictures of some of those very same things. I want to make sure you understand that biology and microbiology are related. The micro is just microscopic living things. Here's another picture. This one includes some of the stuff on the bottom of the ocean as well. So if you want to study geology, you're going to be dealing with mostly the stuff down here. If you want to deal with the deep, you've got, so like those really crazy fish like you see on Finding Nemo, that's there. If you want to do the weather, it's on the surface. If you want to do the currents and tide, you get it. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Here's another picture just for the geology part. I thought you might like these pictures. Now, the things we're going to cover are the movements of the sea, the water, the marine life, which is another name for the ocean life, seashores and beaches, ocean floor, exploration and pollution, food chains, tide pools, and coral reefs. So we've got some excellent things we're going to be doing. Next, I want you to look at this page just for fun. There's some cool things in there. I want to hit this one just because I want you to understand how big the ocean really is. They say that 1.3 billion cubic kilometers of water. Now, I know you're not familiar with a kilometer. Miles is a stretch, but here's a thought. A cubic mile is a cube-shaped dimension that's a mile long, a mile high, and a mile deep. So the distance from the Elementary to the Sinclair, probably the Maverick to the Sinclair, is about a mile. So picture a cube that's that long, that high, and that wide. And that's 1 cubic mile of air. So if you can kind of convert that over to kilometers of water, that's cool. Read the rest of the page. You can pause and look at it. No worries. This page I know you will love because we have all kinds of fun stuff like here's Bruce and just some fun facts about the ocean. This is the kind of stuff that got me intrigued with being an oceanographer. Just so many cool things. We are going to notice, well, you already know the oceans of the world. We have all 5 of them here. A lot of people do not accept the Southern Ocean as something separate from the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian, but we're going to go ahead and go with it. So when you're asked to know these oceans, please include the Southern Ocean. Now here's Pacific. There's a picture of it. Here's where it is in the world. Pacific means peaceful, and it's this long roughly and about that deep. It's your biggest and deepest of all the oceans. The Atlantic Ocean, you can see in the map where that is. It's not quite as long and not quite as deep. Indian Ocean, not quite as long, not quite as deep. Now you don't have to write all these facts down, that's not a problem. The Arctic Ocean is still lots smaller and definitely shallower. Let's look at some basic facts. The oceans cover 70% of the world. It's the most undiscovered part of the Earth. In fact, some people say that we know more about the moon than we do about the ocean. Interesting. The very first time it was explored was in 1872 by a British ship, the HMS Challenger, and they spent 4 years observing, drawing, capturing everything they could find out about the ocean. This I put in here just to remind us that some people say that the Antarctic Ocean, or the Southern Ocean as we call it, is not separate from the others. Whatever, we're not going to have a fight over whether there's a Southern Ocean or not. The last one is the ocean controls the climate and the weather, even here in Idaho. Now there's a video here that I want you to watch, and I'll notice here you can either click here to play or you can click this link. Either way, whatever one works for you. Now here's the first assignment. For the introduction for oceanography, I'm having you make an ocean. Now on Google Classroom, I'll have a blank map just like this. You can do it. Please include Southern Ocean down here, even though my example is old and it doesn't have that. You can use any map you want, but I'm going to be looking at you have all of these things plus the Southern Ocean. The last part of the video is a video by Bill Knight. It's on oceanography. Now there's a link here. You can play here, or if you really can't make either of these work, just go to YouTube and do a search for Bill Nye Oceanography full video, and you'll get the same one right here that I have it. So there we are on our very first oceanography lesson. I hope you're going to have fun with this. Bye.